Alright, so we're here today to do a review on Lifesmart's Tierra model hot tub. Ours came from Sam's Club. You can get them from Home Depot, Wayfair, other things like that. And doesn't seem like there's too many review videos from customers on the internet, so I figured I'd do one. Definitely not my forte, not something I normally do, but here we go. So overall, really impressed with the unit so far. Got it about a month ago, so I've had it here about a month or so. They do drop it in your driveway. Our delivery folks that we had decided that they would be nice and bring it up to the top of our driveway rather than the bottom of our driveway, so that we had less to go. There's a couple videos online as far as how to get it, into your backyard and things like that. So we ended up using the PVC pipe type method, where you just roll it on its side on PVC pipes until it gets here. Obviously, our concrete pad that we have is not level, so went ahead and just kind of built a frame box with pea gravel in it and made sure that was level before we set the hot tub on it. Overall, like I said, really nice hot tub for the price. Seats, 4 or 5 comfortably. You could probably squeeze a couple more in here, but don't know that I would necessarily agree with that. The cover lifter that you see back there, that cover lifter was something that I purchased additionally. It's not terrible to take the cover on and off and go put it somewhere, but you're gonna obviously degrade the life of your cover pretty quickly if you're pulling it on and off, setting it on the ground every time you want to do it. So a cheap cover lifter might not be a bad option. I think this one was somewhere in the ballpark of $125 to $150 on Amazon. So from a control panel perspective, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So the button on the left here is going to be your pump. It's a two-speed pump, low and high. So if I hit it start out, it's going to put it into that low speed mode, which right now I have the actual air jets off, just the pump is running, so it's circulating water but not adding any air to it. So there's diverter valves air valves right here. This one controls the far side of the hot tub, so if I turn it on, it'll introduce air in with the jets. Same thing on this side. If I turn this one, it's going to introduce air into the jets there as well. So really nice. And overall, as far as the the intensity of the jets, it's nice to be able to adjust that, but definitely no complaints there as far as that's concerned. And then you can go ahead, obviously, like I said, hit it again. That'll turn you into that high speed mode. And this waterfall right here, which is a really nice feature, it is adjustable. There's a little spot here where I can just kind of move that back and forth to whatever intensity that I like. And again, if I want to remove air from one side, I can remove it there while keeping the air over here, or I can just twist this again, turn all of the air off, and that's what it looks like when it's in high speed mode but there's no air involved. I'll go ahead and turn it off right now. Oops. Go ahead and turn it off. Oh, it's going to go ahead and run a filter cycle for me right now. It's checking on the temperature. So every now and then you'll notice on the control panel it's sitting there and it was looking at the thermometer. It was just doing a sample of the water to figure out what the temperature was, so it'll do that randomly. But looking at some of the jets, so I know that this is advertised as like a 60 jet or something like that. If you count the individual jets, there's definitely not 60 jets there, but if we walk over here just a little bit further and look, you'll notice that this jet down here that does turn on and off, it has quite a few jets in it, so they're going to be counting each of those individual little spigots as a jet. So as the little micro bubbles clear from having the air on here, you'll notice that down towards the bottom there, you have the kind of the drain portion of it. There's some more jets for your feet, and then on this side right here, you have the little light, which obviously it's the middle of the day right now, so we're not going to be able to look at that. But different colors, and the light, you can sit it right here and push that button right there to turn on the light, change the colors and all of that fun stuff. As far as changing your filter cycles and things like that, if you hold down on the light button here for a couple seconds, we'll let it do that. So this is your filter cycle 1, so I have my filter cycle 1 set for, oops, let me do that again. Have my filter cycle 1 set for, I believe it was 2.5 hours. Filter cycle 2 set for 2.5 hours. So my pumps are running about 5 hours a day, which my My daughter thinks that it's great to swim in, so we have somebody in this almost every single day. So running that filter a little extra definitely isn't going to hurt anything. Then there's also modes, so there's like standard, economy, a couple different modes there. If you want it to be in degrees Fahrenheit versus degrees Celsius, you have that ability as well. And then right now, I'm sitting about 100 degrees. If you wanted to change that 100 degrees, here in Kansas City right now, it's 100 degrees outside. So if you want to bring that down or up, you can just go down or up, and then it'll adjust however you see fit. So a couple other things to point out. So from a filter perspective, I'm going to go ahead and turn the unit off here real quick so that I can pull the filter out without voiding my warranty or having any issues there. So this nice little tray right here comes off. You can put drinks, snacks, whatever it is you want on it, and that will expose the filter or your skimmer basket right there, as well as your filter piece. So I can twist on the skimmer basket, and of course trying to do this and hold something at the same time is not quite as easy. Pull the skimmer basket out, and that will expose your filter. And so from a filter perspective, it's just a twist style filter, cartridge filter. Mine probably would benefit from having to be clean. It's probably not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. But filter style here, go get yourself some filter cleaner. Every few weeks to a month or so, you can sit there and clean it. I'd try to rinse mine out at least once or twice a week. If there's some stubborn stuck on stuff, or you've had cloudy water or something like that, it may be a good idea to do that a little bit more frequently. But it just comes back here into the filter well. There's a piece of grass. Into the filter well, you screw it back in here, as I'm trying to do right now while I'm trying to talk. There we go. Filter's back in. I can put the basket back in, twist it until it sits back down. Trying to find, there we go. Now it locked itself back in. Twist it, and then the skimmer basket here will pop up and down as far as your water level. So at this point now I can turn it back on, and it'll continue to run. Turning it back on full there as it fills back up with water. So overall, like I said, fantastic hot tub. This one is, I think, the taupe color, so not the sand brownish color. This one has a little bit of like a grayish brown to it. Some people have said that it's a little bit hard, as far as not the slick acrylic hot tubs that some folks are used to. So just keep in mind that it's definitely not not smooth, and if you have some sensitive silky type bathing suits or something like that, there's a little bit of grip to this, which is nice for small kids and adults alike that are maybe a little accident prone. So if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask them in the comments. But overall, really impressed with this so far. We'll see how it goes here in the future.